After Michael Cohen's very damaging testimony in Donald Trump's criminal trial yesterday, Donald Trump's son, Eric Trump, appeared on Fox News, I believe with Laura Ingraham. It was a very, very, very disastrous appearance. And the reason it was so bad is that in attempting to do damage control, Eric Trump contradicted either the facts of the case, the legal situation, or the legal argument that Trump's defense attorneys are making. So I'm going to give you an example here. In this segment, Eric Trump says they are talking about this entire, Eric Trump claims the entire trial is about $130,000 payment that Trump made in an individual capacity and booked on his personal ledger as a legal expense. But that doesn't match up with what Trump previously said. So let's hear from Eric Trump. You do have to listen carefully to understand the full scope of the dishonesty of these people. This is actually a disastrous interview, but let's listen.
And yet they're going back to a $130,000 payment that a man made in his individual capacity that he booked on his personal ledger as a legal expense because it was paid to his longtime attorney. And he gets 34 felonies. Remember, Al Capone got 1 felony. My father gets 34. No.
This simply doesn't match up with what Donald Trump has previously said. Eric Trump's apologia here conflicts with what Trump previously said. Trump said that these payments were being made for legal services that Michael Cohen was performing each month in 2017. Now they have a problem. The invoices involved in the hush money have Alan Weisselberg's handwriting. He was the CFO of the Trump organization. So they are now changing the story to it was a $130,000 payment made personally to Michael Cohen. But they structured this as monthly payments to hide the fact that these were campaign funds. And so Eric Trump's defense of his dad contradicts Donald Trump's own defense of himself. Eric Trump then says, you know, if these NDAs were such a problem, then every organization would have a problem with these NDAs. The problem there is the defense is saying Trump didn't have anything to do with the NDAs anyway. Eric Trump is saying the NDA is fine. There's no problem that my dad was involved with it. The defense is saying Trump had nothing to do with the NDA. Wait a second. That's another problem.
I mean, I'd say those aren't crimes anyway, even if he did say, okay.
Of course they're not. NDAs are completely legal.
I mean, that's the point. I would say
NDAs are done anyway. Every single day by every single organization. By the way, every organization, including this one, would go down in flames if an NDA was illegal, because every single organization, every single person has NDAs in that world.
The defense is Trump had nothing to do with any of the 3 NDAs that are related to this entire fiasco. So then why does it matter if they are okay? Why does it matter if other companies use NDAs? And every defense of Trump in total has the same sort of trajectory. He definitely didn't do it. He was set up. It wasn't illegal when he did it. It also isn't true that he did it. It's also done by everybody else. You're misunderstanding what he actually, it's always the same endless cycle of lies to try to defend this guy. And then lastly, and this is maybe the most telling part of the entire interview with Laura Ingraham. Laura Ingraham asks multiple times, did Trump personally sign off on everything? Because Michael Cohen testified that Trump personally signed off on everything. And Eric Trump doesn't want to answer that question.
Why stop at 34? Cohen says that he called your dad to make sure that he approved of what he was doing and that he would be reimbursed for everything. He required Mr. Trump sign off basically on everything. That's what he repeated throughout the day.
Yeah, isn't that really interesting? Because it kept on getting delayed and delayed and delayed. And Michael Cohen kept on making excuses that he couldn't get the payment. And then he finally comes out in one of the emails and says that, well, I can't get in touch with him.
But did he sign off on everything, your dad?
You know what? I can't get in touch with the president. You know why? Because he's in Iowa and he's campaigning in every swing state.
I hope you're noticing that Eric is just ignoring the question. He's just stepping right over it.
He couldn't get him. You know, it's really amazing how he comes out. And I mean, the email chains clearly show this. But Laura, that's not what this is about. They want to take my father down in New York. They want to do it civilly. They want to do it criminally. They want to do it in Georgia. They want to try and do it in Washington, D.C. They go to the farthest left areas of this country. They have radical prosecutors, all with one thing in common. They're all funded by Soros, every single one, and they have a damn mission to go after Donald Trump because he's winning.
There it is. So he's not going to answer the question, did your dad approve everything the way Michael Cohen said under testimony, under oath during his testimony? But instead, he's going to blame George Soros. Classic. I think Eric Trump needs to stop doing these interviews. Breaking a deeply ingrained habit is one of the toughest things to do. Our sponsor, Fume, can make it easier. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong. So instead of a drastic, uncomfortable change, remove the bad from the habit. And that's, quite frankly, what Fume helps you do. Fume is an innovative, award-winning device that delivers flavored air. That's it. There's no vapor. There's no nicotine, no electronics. It's just delicious flavored air delivered by the cylindrical Fume device that fits in the palm of your hand. It comes in tasty, refillable flavors like raspberry lemon, orange vanilla, grapefruit crisp mint. The Fume device goes in your pocket. You can carry it around. It has movable parts and magnets, so if you're fidgeting or want to, it's great for that, and it's just a useful thing to break bad habits, and it provides that perfectly satisfying hand-to-mouth mechanic that many people love. Don't judge Fume until you've tried it. They have helped countless people make positive changes, and you could be next. Head over to tryfume.com and use code PACMAN to save 10% when you get the Journey Pack, which comes with the device and several flavors to try. The link is down below.